Hey guys, this is Jordan. So I wanted to come out with a video on workers. They came out with like a worker patch a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And I wanted to do like an update on workers because people are coming in kind of like, what do I do with workers? Um, because the old way, everyone basically would run artisan goblins. That was the best way to yield the most materials the quickest. However, things have changed because they came out with luck now having to do with these things called sacks. So these little, you can get miner sack, you can get archaeologist sack, farmer sack. I think there's like fisher sack. And with luck, the highest luck is in humans. So now the meta is kind of changing with workers where you're going to want humans on a lot of your nodes. Basically, a lot of your mining nodes you're going to want to start swapping to humans instead um, to yield more of these sacks. Now, I kind of messed around with the trace node as well. So a lot of people would argue you would put a goblin on this because it takes like an hour to yield, or actually it takes a lot longer. It takes my human about an hour and like 40 minutes to get these traces. However, if you run an Arc Goblin, you have such a low chance of getting a sack that you're barely getting any trace sacks. However, if you run a human on a trace node, then you're going to get a ton of trace sacks. So I think human is like God mode now for workers for the majority of your nodes. They also came out with an update where giants will yield more of the top material or base material. So like for instance, this potato node, if you were to run a giant, you're going to get way more potatoes than a goblin over time. Now I actually ended up getting this giant and I kind of tested him on this chicken node, and yeah, like he's bringing in like at least 1,000 chicken meat a day compared to my artisan goblin. On this node, he's bringing in about 600 chicken meat a day. So giants, like if you're trying to get base materials, it depends. Like if you want this ash timber, you could run a giant on it, or you could run a human on it to get more sacks. So it's up to you with what kind of worker you want to do. But overall, I'm going to say that giants and humans are probably going to start to occupy the majority of nodes. And then it's like, okay, well then what's the use of goblins? The use of goblins is going to be into workshops. So workshops, crates. If you do any of that where you make crates, you're going to want goblins on those. So that's kind of the use of goblin. Also, you could potentially put goblins on your farms. So that's what I've been doing, is I've been slowly taking out my goblin workers and swapping them out with humans to get more sacks. Because the sacks yield a lot of silver. So the more humans you have, the more sacks you get, the more silver you get, basically. So yeah, that's going to be my little short video to kind of like help people out. I've been kind of camping out this worker exchange, looking for humans and giants. If I need them in each town, and to also kind of help people if you're wanting to make like a perfect worker, you're gonna want this skill as your first skill. So I ended up buying this dude. This dude's a beast. Basically, craftsmanship is going to be like the #1 skill that you're going to want on your human or a giant. And this is going to get your, if you can get craftsmanship on the first level, because they extended the levels, so now your workers can get all the way up to level 40. And if you can roll this skill, it's really good. Also, the luck skill is really good. I actually don't know if I have it. I could show you real quick. So craftsmanship, and I actually don't know where I could show you this if I have it on one of my workers. It's going to be this luck skill for leveling up. So if you can get those skills in the early levels, it will benefit your character in the long run all the way up to level 40, and then you could just re-roll the skill off of it. Come on, where is the skill so I can show you what the luck skill looks like? So you have craftsmanship and maybe Calpheon will have a guy that has the luck one. It's like 0.02 luck per level. Looking for it. It's like this little gold shiny. Let me try Velia. Whatever. Look for the luck skill, and you want to try to, when you're rolling a worker, you're gonna want to try to get that as its first skill. So if you're trying to like min-max your worker, you look for craftsmanship or the luck one. It's going to be really nice to give your character, so you'll get more sacks, which is just more silver. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a good one.